Good morning, buenos dias.
Cheers.
Man,
Cafecito time.
Let's get it. I had a long, late night last night.
Oh, you went to do open mic?
I did 2 open mics. A lot of the comedians, I'm getting ready for tour, and a lot of the comedians last night, they went to go do 2 other mics. And I was like, this is already enough.
Question. So do we have like a little comedy scene here where you're able to do plenty of
There's a good
open
amount.
mics?
There's like
It's like between Austin, Houston, and Dallas. They're like the biggest ones in Texas. So like as far as like a scene like that, especially Houston.
And in San Antonio about to have like more. I mean,
But
they got
a little
few.
bit more, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They got a handful, but even Houston specifically, like last night I was asking the comedians like, hey, so what else do y'all have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Because I have a show Thursday and Saturday. So Brea Thursday, Burbank Saturday. And they started, it was so many options that they're like secret group tonight. And they're like, there's this other show, but that's a relationship thing. And then don't forget what is the one, the Gigante called?
Yeah, Gigante. It's the second Tuesday of every month, and then the last
It's Spanish?
Tuesday. Yeah, well, it's just Hispanic people.
A lot of Latino comedians.
So, but I think if I had to rate them, it'd be Austin has the most scenes in Texas, then Houston, then Dallas, then San Antonio. And that's pretty
Dude, you sure Dallas don't got more spots in Houston? Because they got more
open
clubs.
mics. No, they have more clubs.
But
But
now
I don't know
that's
open
in
mics
rooms.
like this, where there's so many like 5 shows you can do in one night. Basically, yes,
Really?
right?
Okay.
Not like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I'm working on new stuff, and can't wait to get that super popping, because eventually we also want to hit the Austin local scene and be seen and show them what's up.
I want to go over there.
And show them what's up.
You know what's funny is that before, I guess, I was just a consumer of comedy, right? And I didn't understand how kind of like open mics, going there to practice, like it does, like you never kind of really think about it. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of assume a comedian stays in and writes, which I know some people do it like that, where they just write and just practice their stuff at home, and then bam, they're ready for whatever little shows they're gonna go do, right? But there's like a whole process of it. Like it's a whole thing. It's like it's an idea, and then idea gets elaborates, and then it's like punch it up, and now it's like go do open mics. Now it's like talk to your comedian friends, get feedback from them. You know what I'm saying? I wonder, like, and it's crazy. And every comedian is different. Juan, how do you like to write? Like, what is your preference?
Most of my stuff comes from stories, and then from there I just kind of elaborate. I just kind of think of it a lot before I chew on it a lot before I even just like, okay, I think I can get away with it.
Juan is pretty much like my coach director right now, and dope. Dope advice, because I got a bunch of different story ideas. He's like, look, bro, this story right here is more powerful than that one, because this one right here kind of tells like your origin story, or it really has some meaning and like, why are you telling us this besides like you just trying to make us laugh? It's like, how does it all connect? And then of course my wife is a great writer, so there you are. Look, because listen, you used to blog and all kind of stuff.
I did blog, but it was funny shit though. This is awful, y'all. I used to go around and do the Walmart pictures. Like this is before you could put
so
videos.
You would take pictures of people on Walmart and write a whole paragraph on them?
Like, why do we do this type of thing? I know, it's really
They call out ratchet people?
It wasn't kind of ratchet, it was kind of like...
She was trying to be like Carrie from Sex and the City. She's like, I'm gonna sit in bed and have like tabs.
Without Sex and the City money?
Yeah.
Shit.
It's like, hey, you was window shopping. You're like, I got a tab right here, some shoes I'm gonna just look at. But anyway...
Yeah, so it just kind of started like that. It started with pictures, and then pictures became stuff like that I was into, and then it became things that I was crafting that week. So it was like I would write about different stuff. I really was not like a niche
man, if you brought
blogger.
that back... Because
obviously, can you tell my social media? I'm not a niche social media person. I don't just like have one thing or one whatever. But yeah, like a lot of my Zumba ladies would... like get on there and make comments, and
you were putting out content, and you had a following, and I was watching some of our old vlogs from like,
where'd you find
when we
those?
were on my channel. I just got my channel back. My old YouTube channel is back. So
so what are y'all doing about that with the old that y'all had to bring up all the numbers, and then now the new one.
I'm still bringing up numbers. It still hasn't even caught up to the one that has less people. Like it's still going, gradually growing.
The bigger one.
Mm-hmm. Because it's been so long that it's barely. It's. I think we're at like 50-something thousand like watch hours, but it's not even that much compared to the other one. The other one's got like 400,000 or something.
And it's got less people.
Mm-hmm. That's because I built that one up to where it's like we're cooking. The other one, it's like I just need to do a few things before we get there. So it takes a little bit, but once it's rolling.
Are you going to be able to collaborate them together, or that's not going to be a thing?
I don't think that's going to be a thing. But at the same time, the problem is also as like it's shifting in audiences too. The bigger one.
Can we just transfer all those videos to the one you've already worked on? Would that take like?
It's just hard to figure out how to download it correctly without losing its quality. You know what I'm saying?
Not to mention, we're still trying to kind of figure out, like Juan's working both at the same time. But I'll make sure to let everybody know on the Adam Carolla show. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, come on, somebody.
Your boy gonna be a guest. And I'm gonna let them know, hey Adam, I got my old YouTube back. So, and there's people unfollowing me. Okay. Yeah, no, he's like, why is this big news? People are like unsubscribing on there because it's been like 4 or 5 years, and then they have a chance to unsubscribe.
They're like, I didn't get to do this to you then, but here it is.
You took this away from me, but now that you're back, God,
that's so funny.
I'm like, you still mad, bro? Like,
but the good news is like it's catching traction with the newer audience too, because it's also I finally equaled it out to where it's like if he's losing some, he's gaining some, so it's staying about even. And hopefully it's gonna end up catching the other one as soon as we keep putting more content out. So
we're such in a weird generation of like the kids walking out of school because they can't use their cell phone.
What?
They like protested, walked out of their high school. It is the silliest thing
brought
ever.
to you by Apple. Like,
wait, have y'all seen the little goggle things? Man, this is gonna be crazy because right now you already have kids. Like, have you seen like the side by sides from kids in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s? And it's just like kids playing, doing all kinds of stuff, basketball, just being outside. And then they have kids nowadays where it's just like they're all on their phones, just like out and about walking with their phones, looking down. Mm-hmm. And then it's getting to the point where they're going to have the VR sets and it's just going to be like, they're not even in the world.
Well, you know what's funny? Also, I read something about like the way our neck is shaped. Like there's going to be so many people that are going to be like hunchback from like in the future because we're the generation of this. And so we're always like this versus like, well, we talked about posture. Where did we talk about posture, Juan? Was it on one of my podcasts where you told me something about like the posture and how you're supposed to be sitting? And was it? I was talking to somebody about posture because they went through this whole down like a rabbit hole about posture and how that affects so much of our bone structure and blah blah blah. Anyway, so it was crazy because they were showing how basically in the future. You're going to see when you're wondering why this little person is like this, it's because we've spent most of our time like this, looking at the phone. Like, does that make sense?
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's crazy though because, I've said this before. I didn't get Penny an iPad. We didn't let her have one until she turned 4, so she's only been technically on an iPad for a year. And the baby got that shit like
got a hold of
at 2, like way sooner than Penny ever got it, which is the reason why Penny would rather watch YouTube on the TV because that's what all I would let her do versus an iPad. And Sunny would rather watch the iPad over. And Issa said something the other day. She said she was like going from one like gig to another. And she was like eating her lunch in the car, but she was watching TV and she was saying, I'm from the era of like you watch something while you eat.
Oh, wow.
Would it like, growing up, we didn't watch, but it's funny though.
TV dinner though.
We did because we would sit together. Excuse me. At my house, we had like this, I guess what you would consider like a game room, I guess is what it would be labeled as now. But it was just like my mom's older furniture that we used there because she didn't let us sit in the
furniture y'all were allowed to touch.
Yeah, we were allowed to sit on. And so we had a TV in there and that's where we would have dinner. Like we would sit there together. Everybody would bring our dinner in and we just would sit there and eat together, but watch TV together at the same time. Whatever it was, we didn't get to pick what we wanted to watch. When you wanted to watch what you wanted to watch, you went to your room. But there we watched whatever or like whatever my parents were wanting to
Siempre en
watch.
Domingo. You remember
It's
Siempre en
usually the
Domingo?
news. Yes, Siempre Domingo. Yeah. But you know, we're definitely from a whole different era. But you know what I can't do anymore, and I realize it's weird how we evolved to what the current, like what's going on is the radio. I think the only time I listen to the radio is during Christmas, and I listen to Sunny 99.1 because they're playing Christmas music all the time. Do you listen to the radio?
Juan sits inside.
Like regular radio?
I never listen to the radio.
Me either. Like I don't think.
He don't play nothing. It's just his thoughts.
And wait, hold on. And I don't know about new songs unless they're on social media. That's how I hear about all the new songs.
A lot of the new songs suck, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, but I just don't know about new songs unless they're on, like somebody's using it for a reel. That's how I discovered new songs. Versus before, you were listening to the radio.
You have to sit through commercials.
Yeah, and the newest song from blah, 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 blah.
Hang tight, you know. More Master P after this.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
You got to hear
And now
damn
it's like podcasts, YouTube training videos.
Cafecito
Time. Yeah, better be watching Cafecito.
Yeah.
And RBT.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything. Yeah, I don't really care for the radio, and it's crazy. Like, so, you know, our generation has evolved as well because you can just go to Apple or Spotify or Pandora or whatever and just kind of like create a genre of music you want to do, and it'll spit all this music for you, and then you either like it or dislike it, and it'll continue to feed you that kind of music. And then the algorithm figures out what kind of music you like, and now they just created a whole playlist for you.
The AI.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence. Isn't there a quote, they talked about it in church, like, show me who controls the music, and I'll show you who controls, like, the people or the culture or something like that? You ever heard of that one?
No, but it makes sense to me.
I don't know if it's from the Bible or just from like Greek times.
No, that's not from the Bible.
That's not from the
Really?
Bible,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, it's not in those words. Like, show me who.
You shall be
Well,
seen.
think about it. I mean, think about what you do when you're singing. You're keeping a rhythm. You're keeping a beat. You're putting. Well, I don't know about all that, but I mean, I guess so. But it's a mantra in your head where you're putting it over and over and over again to the point where you memorize the songs, and when it comes on, you feel a certain way and you go with it. So then, whatever you're putting in your head, you're literally keeping those thoughts, whatever it is. If it's like I'm a badass type of song, or if I'm a whatever, like you're literally thinking that all the time, and it's literally playing in your head on repeat.
And it's funny because like there's specific gym music that you listen to for the gym, right? And that's to get you pumped, because that goes to what you're saying. Like you look for this rhythm in the music that either makes you feel like, fuck yeah, I'm about to crush these weights, or you know, you're somebody. I was telling him I listened to a training, like a podcast training for the first time ever, and I could not believe that I actually sat through that. Like I was like, I've only listened to music. I can only listen to music.
Meaning you listen to a podcast training during the workout?
During my workout, yes, which I've never done before. Like there's no way you could have, if you would have said, pretty soon you'll just be listening to things that will educate you while you work out, I'd be like, no way. But it was the weirdest thing because obviously you're working out, so your mind's opened up, you know, everything's kind of running. So it's the weirdest thing because you're also like, I'm doing a set, but I'm at the same time able to take it all in, which is crazy, right?
Do it on a walk. It's the best.
I do. I do it on the treadmill. Yeah, I do that too. I was telling him, I said, I listened to this whole thing. I listened to this. Y'all, hold on a second. I listened to this whole thing on Tucker Carlson about Ozempic. Is that how you pronounce it? The diabetes medication. Are we going to get in trouble if we talk about this?
No, I mean, Chingo was talking about this yesterday. No, I was like, what?
Okay.
I was like, because he was telling me all kinds of stuff. Like, I was like, bro, what?
So I know so many people are doing it for weight loss. And just like anything, people who get the gastric bypass, they have to go through like some kind of counseling first to make that relationship. The problem is the relationship with food, right? So once you go through all that, then you got to be the weight now, and then they'll do the surgery for you, right? So anyway, basically that Ozempic, what it does, it like releases this hormone. I think it's called something
to suppress appetite
SLP or something like that, or ALP. I forgot what it was. So whatever. Anyway, so it sends a signal to your brain that you're full now and not to eat for a while, right? So now your brain and your stomach are working together. So basically, with time, he says you'll never be able to get off of it, right? Because eventually, because while you're on it to lose the weight, if it's not being used for people who are diabetic, will have to continue to use this medication. Supposedly, this is a doctor talking. I'm just telling y'all what I heard before someone starts saying that's not true.
What medical school did you go to, lady?
I'm just telling y'all what I heard and what I listened to. And so basically, what it ends up doing, it paralyzes your gut.
Ooh.
So to where your gut can no longer recognize on its own, it won't function to let you know, hey, we're full. It just stops working. It causes a paralysis to your gut. So that's one issue that happens. And then the next issue that happens is when you're on this thing, it causes diarrhea. It causes nausea. It causes headaches. It's a whole thing. And it's crazy because it's made for people who, so this company who makes Ozempic, it's called something else here, but also Ozempic, but they make another weight loss name version of it, right? Ozempic is the one that they made for diabetics, but then they did the same formula, named it something else, but for weight loss. Okay, so it's really in Europe. Obviously, we all know in Europe they're not allowed to advertise any type of medication or anything like that. They're not allowed to do commercials, but we allow it here in the US, right? Here we go. So what happens is they know that they're able to do that here, so they send it over. In Europe, no one is prescribed Ozempic for weight loss. No one is. It's strictly only for diabetes. Anybody who's a diabetic. But yet they sent it over here to the Americans because, hey, y'all are so fat over there. It's proven. We have so many overweight Americans that which is causing issues for sperm in men. It's causing PCOS more often for women. And so hormonal issues, everything, to where we're not going to be able to continue to keep reproducing because we're so overweight. We have so many other health issues.
And it also means profits for the companies.
Oh, absolutely. It's $20,000 per each customer that gets on Ozempic.
Ooh.
So imagine how many people who are taking it for diabetes and for...
And once you're on it, you can't get off. So it's a hamster wheel. So it's a hamster wheel, so you're on it forever.
Exactly.
And most diabetics are what is it, type 1? The one that you have it for the rest of your whole life or whatever? You have to get injections every day anyway. So I mean, they're probably well, it kind of outweighs it. Fuck it, I'll do it.
Man, they were talking about. I was like,
that makes sense. But somebody that can lose weight for type 2, that can lose weight, you're literally signing up to be a slave to it.
So it shows how it helps your pancreas bring the sugar level down when you're about to consume food. So it shows you. They show how it works with Ozempic and diabetes, right? How it helps. Then they show you a graph or video on how it works when you're taking it for weight loss. And that's why you lose weight so fast, is because you're just not hungry. And so you're not ever really learning how to eat correctly. You're never really, you just stay full for so long you don't eat.
I highly recommend anybody on here to go watch some videos from fucking that Dr. Barbara, what is it? O'Neill. Barbara O'Neill. That lady, she breaks down everything to a point where it's this is how your body works. To the point where I was dude, I thought I was okay, but then I started doing some of the stuff she was saying. Just basic shit, don't drink whenever you're eating, because then it dulls your intestinal acid.
It's 30 minutes after you.
So eat. Even leading up to it, you don't want to you don't want to drink anything.
It says 30 minutes. You're not supposed to drink anything 30 minutes before you eat, or 30 minutes after.
So it's I already knew that.
And then, but as soon as I started doing it, I started realizing the only time I would ever drink something is because I was eating too fast, and so I was trying to just.
Do you notice I never really drink my drink when we eat?
Because you already knew all that.
I already knew. Well, I knew the part about not drinking, because also basically, I mean, I feel something about the food sticks like it's like you're not able to process it better when you're drinking
you're
and eating or
acids.
something like that. I forget what the reason is why you can't drink and eat at the same time.
Well, it did two things for me whenever I stopped doing that. It is basic shit.
But why does she say you're not supposed to do that? There's a reason for that.
Your acid, your stomach acid gets dulled. So when you're watering it down, what does water do to acid? It's like dulls it down.
Got it. Okay.
So it doesn't break down all your food.
There you go.
But then when I was eating, I started realizing like, oh, I'm eating too fast. So then I had to slow down. And when I was slowing down to eat, I wasn't needing a drink to get the fucking food
you're
down.
also supposed to chew your food like a shitload of times before you swallow it.
Well, that's the whole point. It's supposed to help the acid get rid of it faster. And so people forgot about all this to the point where it's like, that's like basic shit that I feel like we should have known. But then I haven't even thought about that. And then I'm like, oh my God, this lady's a genius. And then I start realizing, oh man, I'm eating too fast. I didn't slow down. And when you slow down and eat, what happens when you slow down and eat? You eat less because the body is actually processing. So you're not even overeating at that point. And especially if you're eating actual like meat and stuff that's going to stay there with fiber and everything, you're good. Like you're going to be eating less already. So like there's a lot to it.
I believe it's supposed to be as long as the bed of an 18-wheeler or something like that. But except obviously it's stacked, you know? And so the chewing part of your food, the reason you're supposed to chew it almost to where it's like you're helping your intestine basically digest it faster and get through there versus like you said, like we're eating so fast and it's like chunks are going in there. Now that's going to take, forever to go all the way down. They sold us on
fast food.
Yeah.
They sold us on eating on the go, on the go, and all this stuff. Like doing it so fast, processed. Dude, you go to a grocery store now. Most of the aisles are just like useless. Like they're just like everything's over processed or has all kinds of shit, which is why they're like, you know what, give them the Ozempic shit.
Well, I mean, a lot of people argue that maybe our food supply is like pretty much poisoning us.
But this doctor said 84% of Americans are overweight. That's way too many. Even Tucker Carlson was like, wait, like in the entire United States? Like,
oh yeah.
He was
CDC back in the day, like I want to say like in 2008, I think they had predicted by like 2020, like I think like 80% of America was supposed to be diabetic, type 2 diabetes, and they're pretty much right. They were pretty much right on it.
Right, yeah. I'm terrified.
That was back in 2008 when I heard about it.
I mean, the good thing is, my wife used to be a bodybuilder, and I found that old vlog footage. So like, we've been, getting back on
I got my menu again.
The menu thing. So
I reached out to my nutrition. I said, all right, this is enough. I can't.
Like, for real.
I was just like,
so what happened to the other menus I gave you? Look,
this is going to be the one. No, because I told her, I said, I totally get, because he keeps saying, you have a bunch of menus on your app. One. Why did you just pick one? The thing is that those menus were made when I was a certain body type. And so I'm not there anymore. So it's like I'm starting over. So basically, I need a brand new menu of this new journey that I'm on.
I need the buchona meal.
Because now I'm, exactly. I'm bigger. I'm like not as small as I used to be. So calorie intake is like, there's no way I can get on a 1,200 calorie diet right now. And I'm this big. It's just not. Your body would be in such big shock. It wouldn't even know what to, like it'd be like, hold on, bitch, you starving us now? And now it's gonna work against me. You trying to
starve? You trying to be thick fuck?
Yeah, like it's not gonna work for me.
And you're gonna do subscriptions, so that way if anybody wants to start joining,
yes.
Right? You want to do subscription?
So I do want to do subscription on my Instagram. So that at Marisol Herrera.
There you go.
It's Marisol Herrera. And subscription is going to be basically I will share what I eat, explain to you like. Instead of me just posting the videos on my social media and just like you watching me work out, I will post each story will be of like what this exercise is for, or what it helps, what muscle it's working, how many sets to do, if you're just starting off, like how you should start off. So like all these tips that, I mean.
So people that want to join you on the journey.
Yeah.
So it's basically for all the people that are interested in like, join her with the journey and everything. If you want to join me.
And I kept telling people like tag me when you're working out, like me going on social media and posting workout videos. It's funny. It's like, it's really not for y'all. It's really just for me because that's like, it's a reminder like, come on, man, like you got to keep doing this because it's harder, man. It's harder now. Like I had the most that vlog alone, how was my discipline? I was on the road, bro, and I still would not touch anything that did not consist of my
She like, here go my 8 almonds, my 1 little broccoli right here.
Might as well got to a point where she said there was this one time I just said fuck it, I got a chocolate bar.
I mean, it was like
because she was like she getting dizzy.
I'm like, oh my, that was at the competition, remember?
Yeah, but was it a chocolate bar? It was it was like grapes and almonds and like an egg white. She's like, oh my god. She's like, wait, I don't feel good. She's
I was like
I'm gonna have to have this boiled egg.
How much 20% fat were you? At that point, it was like
I don't know. I was like
real low,
it was super low. I was in Vegas, and we were gonna go to a show, to one of those Cirque du Soleil show, and I was done with my meals already, and I had a show the next day. Damn. And I was done with meals. I couldn't have anything, and I was like, I swear to you, all the machines ringing, like ding, ding, like people. It just sounded so weird. I couldn't keep up with it.
She's like, I think I'm gonna have to have this boiled egg. Right? I'm like, I think you'll be fine if you just have a boiled egg. I don't think it's gonna like turn into fat.
I was done with my meals, and I was not allowed to eat anymore.
I don't think that one boiled egg is gonna make you get on the.
And I told him, I said, oh my god, I really need to go get. I have to go get this protein pack, like one of those ones that have
like, I need some almond butter.
Yeah, basically, that's exactly what I did. And I was like, my sugar level dropped. Yes, my sugar level dropped. I was like, I was just feeling like hot. It was the weirdest thing. And
meanwhile,
I was like,
Chingo standing next to you eating something.
Yes.
Meanwhile, 28% body fat. Chingo like, I think you'd be good. You probably. It's a Starbucks right there. I done had 3 snacks and 1 breakfast.
But man,
the point is, my baby's a professional. Follow her journey. If you're trying to get off Ozempic, subscribe to my baby's Instagram and follow and get all the information, because like when I do certain workouts and stuff, you're gonna have screenshots, like people with information, like, oh, here's a YouTube link to this person and they got a good like dumbbell only at home, whatever.
I used to have so many videos like that, which they're on my YouTube now.
She has videos of her doing it while she's pregnant too, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I have some videos in my phone where it was quarantine and my baby was in the backyard doing them donkey kicks with a little band, and
I was like, you're a little pervert. You just had the camera on my booty, boy. I was like, no, baby. I was like, no, this quarantine.
No, baby, you don't understand cinematic.
Look, no,
that's why I got pregnant.
I was like, look, everybody locked up at home and they need some hope in the world, something that's gonna bring us together.
Oh, jeez.
I need to see. It might be my favorites.
Ew.
February 8th, February 9th, I think I'm gonna be in the studio. I'm gonna be podcasting like crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna go on stage on the 9th, but I do have a show on the 10th in Burbank, and then Houston, February 23rd and 24th. So,
yeah, that's what
I made sure to let everybody know at the open mics. This ain't my regular material. Come on, February 23rd.
I'm practicing right now for all my shows that are coming up, so y'all go out and listen.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited about my new little journey. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Christine. It's funny when she called me and we were talking. I felt like so why now? I was like, oh my God, is that really the question she's asking me?
Why now what?
Why now are you wanting to, like,
why you need a menu?
Why you need a menu? Like, what's up? What's really, I said, all right, well.
What's your why?
Yeah, basically. And so she was like, because basically this is what happened. Maybe last year, or was it last year? I had asked for a menu as well, because I thought I was ready, right?
We got a lot of menus.
And that menu was like, I didn't follow it. I did.
Our lives have become increasingly more complex once you start having like babies.
Yes.
Little babies that still in diapers and formula and school.
And I feel like there's no excuse. Now, I will say this. If you're a person who does not like to eat the same thing every day, then what I'm probably going to share with you, you're going to get bored of. But I'm somebody who doesn't like to think about what I have to eat.
It's all counted and measured. It's all
counted and measured, which makes my life easier. I know it's already made in my refrigerator. The meals are measured out. All I'm just doing is grabbing and eating.
Beyond planning and convenience, you actually get results when it's already mapped out, measured, like it's this many calories. If you eat it like this, if you're not pouring like this and not, if it's say 1 scoop, but you do, you're going crazy with the almond butter or whatever it is. Obviously, it's not gonna work. But
Which I would cheat with some things. I'm not gonna lie.
a little extra honey falling.
Like I didn't do almond butter like she'd asked. I'd get my regular honey roasted peanut butter. I may just do a little bit less so that I could have what I wanted. But but it was crazy, those videos that you sent me.
Man, those videos, like, I literally wanted to punch myself in the face. Like, I was seeing my old, younger self, and I was just like, you goofy ass kid. Like, bro, she's bad, and you over here can't even press 25 pounders. She was like, I don't need to stop being a pansy. I was like, because she's trying to push me, right? But I feel like I've come a long way. I've grown so much. It's been so many different chapters. You know what I mean? Like
at that time, I was really trying to encourage him to get more on the vlogging, so I had the camera in his face a lot. And it's funny because that one video, I wake him up because it's time for us to go do cardio, and he's like, "Are you effing kidding me? We're not doing cardio." I'm like, "No, we got to get up. Let's go do cardio."
And then we had to get in the car to go to the gym to do the cardio. So it's like it would have been a lot easier to just like, all right, man, like here in the house or run around the block or something.
Well, we would. Remember, we would jog from our house all the way to Herman Park and back.
Yeah, we would mix it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're still together. We've come a long way. I know I've come a tremendous way. Like just looking back, like, oh my God, I felt like I was looking at like a teenager. You know what I mean? Like I could just tell, like, bro, you're like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, I could whoop my old self.
Listen.
His voice would crack on the videos.
Nah, it was just so like goofy and immature. Like,
which part, boo? Why do you think that?
Like,
telling you, like,
no, it's one thing to like crack jokes, like, okay, crack your little jokes, whatever. But I know looking back, like, bro, you were just your regimen, like your discipline, your introspective self accountability. You know what I mean? Like your confidence, like your grit, your toughness. Like you haven't even gone through.
Hey, but when you really stuck to it when I was bodybuilding, and you finally were like, all right, I'm gonna stick to it like you. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder.
And then.
Remember, you would get on stage
because I was on a lot of antibiotics as a child, junior.
That needs to be that.
I was on a lot of antibiotics as a child. But go on.
Anyway, you did a really good job of staying on it too. And then it was like I would go shopping for you, and it was like all the stuff that I'd bring would fit. It was never. You felt good, and it was like,
easy. She's like, "What did I get you? You bring me that medium.
Yeah,
do it say medium. You haven't tried it on. Do it say medium." Okay, then.
You were like really sticking to it.
And
I think you've kept it, since you stayed on it, you really have kept it off because you continue to.
I'm trying, really, this is what I'm trying to do. By the time I go back to jiu-jitsu, I want to be able to like, be able to last the warm-up and the class like good, not... You know what I mean? I just want to be like, okay, we're running, all right, we're running. We're doing jumping jack, we're doing jumping jack, we're doing push-ups, we're doing push-ups, squats, we're doing squats, we're doing this, we're wrestling, we're doing whatever, and be able to like keep up. So when I am a blue belt, people be like, man, you man, what are you, bro? You like a purple, bro? No, man, I'm blue. You know what I'm saying?
That is how. That's
that way they can be like, damn, bro, how you know how to do this, man? How you so good? Like, man, I used to be where you at. Like, I was once first time on the mats.
Let me show you this video.
Didn't know how to fall.
Hey, Urban Jungle leaves a comment right now. Chingo, you have been to class.
Chingo, we ain't seen you about a month and a half, bro. And guess what? I'm not going this week because
I thought you were doing it tonight.
This is why. I fly out Thursday, and I gotta polish this set. We gotta type up, edit, organize, rehearse.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Jiu-Jitsu will be there when I get back.
Shows this weekend. Brea, February 8th. Burbank, February 10th.
Houston coming up after
February 22nd and 23rd, 24th.
Get your tickets now.
Get your tickets.
Chingobling.com.
Get your merch now.
Obviously, a lot more cities coming, more links. We're going everywhere from like Del Rio to San Angelo
to Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne, possibly Atlanta. We are going to Atlanta. Atlanta is confirmed
it right now, literally.
Somebody had just asked about it. If you're all watching this,
so give me the owner of the club said 24 hours. The link will be up, but I guess you guys can post it once.
Yeah, so let us know what cities y'all think we should go to because we would love the feedback. Can't wait to make you laugh, and it's gonna be a great year.
Post show. Bye.